Doesn't even look real. Good morning. It is rather a beautiful day here, which is quite the contrast to the weekend we've just had. We have had so much rain. It's been absolutely pouring down, which we really needed, but I'm very glad to see the sun again. We actually woke up this morning to no electricity. The batteries were dead, so it's getting nice and charged up now. We decided to just head out this morning to let them charge up. We went to the gym. We've actually signed up to the Lisbon Half Marathon in March. I don't know why. I've never done a run or a race before, but it's one of those annoying things about exercise that people always say gives you more energy, and I've never believed them, but definitely finding that, so I'm really enjoying running more. So that's what we've been up to this morning. The battery's now at 30%, which is wonderful news, and hopefully it'll keep going all day. And we're going to continue working on the deck that we were starting to put together last week in between all the showers. We've moved all the pallets out the way because Iwan painted this wall again. We'd actually only put one coat of paint on this one, so we've repainted that. We just need to get the blocks in for 5 more pallets, and then hopefully that should be in. So we're hoping we're going to finish that today. We shall see. I can't believe how nice and sunny it is after the rain we've just had, so let's go.
No.
A good wriggle in, see. I'm pretty happy with that.
Cool. If you're happy, I'm happy.
So,
If you've not seen my shotgun before, if you live in a fly area, get one.
it's got salt.
Yeah, it's full of table salt in there. And the next fly that lands on me is getting it. Right then.
Okay, so here next.
Yep.
So about there, I
This
think.
is going to be one of those where it looks bob on already. More.
Yeah, just a bit further here. Yeah, perfect. I think maybe just this bit out here. So let's see, it's looking from here. So yeah, that's pretty good that way.
It's just a tiny, tiny bit high on this side,
Yeah,
I think.
so I think if we give it a good wriggle there. Oh, watch.
Watching the camera more.
Yeah.
That was close. Okay, hold there. Can that kick in? Do.
Yeah, I think we're going to have to cut off some of this
Yeah.
insulation.
Cool, good enough. Have to come over and plane some of these edges.
I like the sound of walking on it.
Yeah.
The wood stain for these ones originally is stuff we bought like 3 years ago, isn't
Yeah.
it? So they didn't have it in stock, so we've got this. So it's kind of similar. But
They've both only had one coat,
okay.
so they will both have this on them eventually. So the plan always has been, because getting all these planks to level up and to match is difficult. Even if we were to stagger them and do the cool ways that you guys suggested. So yeah, we'll get them all together, have a little play around to see how they fit, and then yeah, we might have to take off some of these edges with a planer,
Yep.
give it another wee sand down, and then coat it all again once it's
In
all in
place.
situ.
And then yeah, I reckon if we cut off this insulation.
Yeah, and push it in a tiny bit more.
And some people were worried about it being in contact with the cabin and the water issue, but there's going to be a roof on this, so they shouldn't even really get wet. Maybe just from the side rains, but the actual back and this wall should be protected as much as possible. Right then.
Next row.
So this is where the corner comes in handy.
So guys, in typical fashion, it's starting to rain. So we're going to try and get at least one more done.
Yep.
And see where we go.
I don't think it's going to rain much.
Half a block or so.
Yeah, it's just pretty much the same really as what we've been doing. I think it's just that corner that's sunken. Yeah.
Scraped me scalp. Some of you may be wondering why Carissa's in charge of level and I'm standing back and admiring.
You're the digger.
Yeah, it's basically I can't in my head work out level for some reason.
It's where the bubble goes, you're never sure if it's
No,
which
I
side
check
it's in.
every single time, and I've been doing this using spirit levels for years now, and yeah, I still can't work it out.
That's why you have a team. Because I can't do plum.
Yeah. I wonder if it's anything I can't snowboard, I can't skateboard, I can't windsurf. Anything that involves going sideways, I can't do.
You've got bad balance.
Well, I've actually got good balance, I'm a rock climber, but again, you don't move sideways very much.
I think it's still leaning a tiny bit that way. This is like the bubble is the high point.
Oh, that's well put. Yeah.
So if you lift up the other end.
Yeah. Bubble is the high point. Lesson for the day, everybody.
Oh, doing a solo pallet carry. I'm stuck. One more to go. We went to pick up the last pallet and this bit came off. So Iwan's just screwing that back on. I think it's going to rain. It's looking a bit dark. Nearly done. Yeah. We only need 5 more minutes, not even probably.
There's a lot of colors I don't know where to go. See a lot of colors, only feeling blue. There's a lot of colors lost within a haze. Don't rely on others to get you through the maze.
To come this way.
So yeah, phase 1 of veranda stroke solar panel roof done. We will give it a bit of TLC. Need some sanding down, need some planing in parts because there's some proper toe stubbers there.
Hello, hello, hello. So I've just been for a shower because I finally could, because we had enough electricity, and now it's looking like it's gonna rain again.
It's definitely gonna rain again.
But that made me think that it might be a good idea to explain why we're kind of focusing more on this deck area than the main cabin. The reason we wanted to build the cabin was because firstly we had a small leak in our cabin. That's what triggered us to build it, which hasn't come back. Even though after all that rain, no leak. So that's like removed the rush of making that into our bedroom.
Yeah.
And then
So
also,
far, anyway.
yeah. Well, I think after that downpour,
Yeah.
if it survived that.
True.
And then the other reason is we really want to get the bathroom inside, because it's just, when it's raining and cold and windy, it's quite difficult. But even then, when we run out of electricity, we can't have a shower. And the first reason we joined the gym was for winter showers.
Yeah, to have showers.
So we can do that. So the reason we're focusing on the deck is because the roof, we're building a solid structure for solar panels, because that's kind of the biggest challenge we have in the winter now. As we've got more advanced here, or more comfortable here, we've become more reliant on electricity.
Yeah, we need the solar to step up.
Yes, because like this morning when the batteries were dead, we couldn't even get water out the tap for drinking water. Luckily I'd preempted it and filled the fridge with a few bottles of water. But yeah, it's just become, that's like how we kind of make decisions, is what's the most uncomfortable thing we're dealing with in the moment.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Becomes the priority.
Yeah, we're focusing on this to get the solar panels up, really, aren't we?
Yep, and it gives us shelter when it's raining.
Yeah, we like to sit outside, and when it's raining we're kind of like cooped up in that tiny kitchen, so having this covered with a nice seat and getting cosy in the winter is going to be super nice.
Yeah.
So
Having the deck is already great.
Yeah.
Somewhere where there's no dust and no dirt.
Yeah, that's the other thing, is like out here where we spend, Kingfisher, where we spend a lot of time is really dirty and sandy. But yeah, just having a space where we're not like sat on the floor is really nice, because the kitchen needs sweeping about 50 times a day at the moment, because someone doesn't take their shoes off before they come in the house. I might go pot on some stuff in my greenhouse
Nice.
before it gets too dark, because some things need it. Excuse me, Dodo.
I'm not going anywhere.
So last month I wanted to see how the basil would do. It's not frost hardy, so I think I'm just going to put it all in a few big pots and see how that does. This huge snail. You're not welcome here. Compost. I'm eating it. I found baking trays to be super good for putting seed trays in, to keep them well watered over the summer. Don't know how happy Iwan is that I'm stealing his baking trays, but cabbages in the main garden have been attacked by the caterpillars, the white cabbage butterfly. I went and picked a load of them off over the weekend. I don't mind them because I love butterflies. I always say I'd prefer butterflies to cabbages. But then, when you see the destruction they do, you know, just a few caterpillars can absolutely decimate a huge plant, then I don't know, maybe I'm changing my mind. I need a balance of butterflies to cabbages. I've gotten a lot better at labelling what I'm sowing because I always forget. You think you're not going to, but you do. I would have had no idea what most of this was. I learnt the other day that one of the differences with potting compost is it's less, even though it's finer so the seeds can grow better, it's less nutritious because they're not supposed to be in it for as long. So that's why it's really good to pot things on as soon as they kind of outgrow the seed tray, because they've used up most of the nutrients in the potting soil. And then this is garden soil, or like garden, this is vegetable soil. I don't know. What is this? Horta is like vegetable garden. I can't think of the English equivalent. But this IBC tank collects the rainwater from the cabin roof, and before the weekend we emptied it into the other IBC down there. We can just attach a hose, and now it's back full up to here, so that is over 200 litres of water that's come off this roof over the weekend. It rained a lot, a lot. There's some algae. Found these grasshoppers. One's getting a piggyback. I've never grown lentils before, but I thought I'd give them a try. I think I should have sown them in September, but let's just do one row and see how we go. Got very organised with my seeds over the summer and divided them with these bits of cardboard. So I need to sort through September. So I wrote on everything when I can sow it. So I missed September with these pintos, so they'll be in March now. What I'm doing is, so September was the last time these could be sowed, and the next time they can be sowed is March, so then I put them into March. These calendula can still be sowed up to November, so they go into October. Thyme can still be planted. Oh, we can still do Brussels sprouts in October. Loved growing kohlrabi, it's such a cool plant. Oh, I've missed parsnips. I wanted to grow some for Christmas dinner. I might try and sow some and see what happens. I think they're really slow growers. You can sow your peas now. I also saw in the shop, in the agricultural shop, the onions and garlic are now for sale. That's how I know when to sow them, because they're in the shop. I think October is one of the best times for sowing garlic, so we'll do that in the next couple of weeks. Radishes are growing so well for me though. They grow so fast. And I love them. So still loads that I can be sowing, so I'm going to do this little tray. And one thing that is really good to get in the ground now are your broad beans. They're one of my favourite things to grow because they're delicious and the flowers smell amazing and they're really easy. Just stick them in the ground, they grow. But now I need to decide. These beautiful calendulas. One of you guys sent me these seeds. Thank you. Okay, it's getting very dark, so I won't film me sowing, but I'm going to do Swiss chard, cauliflower, calendula, Brussels sprouts, kohlrabi, some pak choy and some peas. Really good to get your peas in the autumn. They do tend to survive the frost quite well, and then you get really early peas in the spring, so I tend to sow kind of from now on. I've actually already got some in the ground up till like March. I love peas. So yeah, but I'm sure you can barely see me now, so I'll just do this and see you in the morning.
just saw about 10 praying mantis jump out of that big grass patch, so I'm going to leave them for a bit. The plan was to try and get this bottom patch all trimmed, but I got to like a dry patch at the back corner behind me over here, and about 30 grasshoppers and about 10 praying mantis flew out. So I moved out the way, started trimming another patch, and the strim cord broke, so I'm taking that as a sign that it's still a bit too early. So I'm going to give the praying mantis a bit of a chance to get out of there, and then crack on with the rest of it. But in typical fashion, it's going to rain. And it looks like quite a heavy one. It's saying 7 mil in an hour. So one annoying thing about this time of year is the temperature's lovely, can get those done, but then the rain gets in the way and stops us. Hey ho, it is what it is.
It has been yet another rainy afternoon. It just seems to be one storm after another, but I'm happy for it to get all the storms out of the way, because from next week we'll probably start thinking about picking some olives, which I'm super excited about. I love olive season and the trees are looking really, really good. We'll show you more of that next week, but I have been in the cabin drawing and we have been working on something. Show you my drawing. We've had this idea for a little while now, because we get a few comments from you guys saying you sit down in the morning, make a cup of coffee and put our video on. And as most of you will probably know by now, when we lived back in North Wales, we worked with Iwan's mum, who has a tea and coffee specialist shop. She still has it online, I'll leave that linked below. But coffee is something we absolutely love, and tea, they're quite a big passion of ours. So we thought it would be super nice to make a blend that we've chosen. We've been tasting a few samples from a local Welsh roaster called Dragon Roastery. They're based in Anglesey, and they were one of our favourites when we worked in the shop. So yeah, we're putting together a Bon Dia blend. So it's a coffee that you can get from us. In the process of designing the label. It's going to be packaged by Iwan's mum back in North Wales, roasted by Dragon Roastery. And as a coffee you can enjoy with our videos. We're hoping to have it all pulled together in November, but what I'm going to do is I'll put in the description below a link to our Substack newsletter, which I set up and hardly ever send, but if you sign up to that then we'll share as soon as it's all ready on there. We'll obviously share in our videos, but that's the best way to make sure you get that in your email. We're so excited about this. I think it's going to be so cool. I just think it's a really nice way to kind of like connect with you guys more, share something we really love, and I'm really happy to be drawing again. We're going to head out shortly to go do our laundry. Because of all these storms, we've just not really had the electricity to run the washing machine, and then not able to dry it because it's raining, and we've just got this huge pile, so we're going to go to the laundry. The real life of being off-grid in a storm, but the storms have been incredible. The land is getting so green, it's beautiful. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed joining us this week. Thank you for watching. Please feel free to sign up if you would like to be the first one to find out about when our coffee launches, and we have got some ideas for tea that we'll do in the future. We're just starting with one first, but yeah, I'm so excited about it. So yeah, enjoy the rest of your weekend. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one with olives. You guys are under an olive tree. They're looking so good. Cannot wait to pick them all.